You're here at the request of my Democratic colleagues?
No, sir.
No, Dr. Suprin.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Dr. Suprin, on December 14, 2023, you tweeted in support of climate defiance. That's an entity that the Brookings Institute has called a radical climate change group. Is that correct?
I don't recall, I'm afraid.
Okay. Would this be the same climate defiance that I'm looking at your tweet, you tweeted in support of them. Would this be the same climate defiance that called Senator Joe Biden, quote, a sick fuck?
I don't know, but as I
Would this
mentioned
be the same climate defiance that called Senator Lisa Murkowski a murderer?
I do not know. As I said in my statement...
Would this be the same climate defiance who told the CEO of Exxon to, quote, eat shit, Darren, close quote?
I'm not responsible for the statements of other
Nice
people.
Group you're
and I also
hanging
do not know
around
the
with,
answer.
Doc. Here's
Hey
what
everyone,
your tweet.
welcome back to Congress Lens. I'm Audrey, and wow, the clip you're about to see is one of the most intense Senate exchanges I've watched in a long time. Senator John Kennedy walked into this hearing with facts, figures, and fire, and what you're going to notice immediately is how Senator Kennedy cuts straight through the noise. No fluff, no smokescreen, just hard questions that anyone representing the American people should be able to answer. What shocked me is how simple the questions were, and how hard the witnesses tried to dodge them. When you ask, did electricity prices go up? And the person testifying replies, I have to check the data. Despite publicly available proof, you already know what's going on. And if you think the inflation discussion was tense, wait until you see the part about the activist tweets. Senator Kennedy was not playing. Stick around. After the full video, I'll break down exactly why Senator Kennedy's approach matters and why accountability in these hearings is not optional. Before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any breakdowns here on Congress Lens. Trust me, you'll want to stay plugged in. All right, let's roll the clip.
Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Cohen, let me start with you. I think I'm going to ask a few questions. I think these are yes or no or I don't know questions. Last 3 years, unfortunately, the United States economy has experienced substantial inflation. Is that correct? Yes, sir. And
Yes, sir.
That inflation is man-made, is it not?
Any inflation is man-made, sir.
And that man's name is Joe Biden, is it not?
Cannot answer that, sir.
Okay. Since President Biden took office, average electricity prices in the United States are up 29.4%, are they not?
I'll have to check the data and get back to you on that, sir.
And isn't it true that electricity prices have increased under President Biden, have increased 13 times faster than the previous 7 years?
I'll have to check the data, sir.
Okay. And the National Energy Assistant Directors Association, I don't know if you're familiar with them. I've checked them out. They're a reputable group. They say that the average United States electricity bill will go up 10% this year and 10% next year. Is that correct?
Again, I'm not familiar with the data, but I can point out, sir, that in Europe,
I'm not interested
in Europe, prices are 2.5% to 3% higher.
I'm interested in our people right now who are having to,
Our people
who are having to sell blood in order to pay their electricity bill.
Goodness.
A substantial portion of this inflation in electricity, up 30% since President Biden took office, is directly related to his energy policies. Is it not?
Energy prices fluctuate based on supply and demand of all sources of energy, yes.
I think it has nothing. Is that a yes or no?
It's a very complicated economic
I
question.
understand. Give me an answer. Did President Biden's policies contribute to the inflation or didn't they?
Both Republican and Democratic administrations infuse the economy with trillions of dollars, which contributes to the inflation.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't believe any Republicans voted for the Inflation Reduction Act. Is that correct?
I don't know.
Well, I do. $1.2 trillion, Green New Deal. No Republicans voted for it. You want to amend your answer?
I'll amend my answer that under President Trump and under President Biden, trillions of dollars were infused into the economy
under Trump,
and
electricity
contributed
prices went
to
up 5%
inflation.
over 4 years, and under Biden they went up 30% over 3 years. Which is better?
Say again, under Trump, please.
Under Trump, electricity prices went up 5%. Under Biden, they went up 30% over 3 years. Which is better?
Clearly, lower rise in electricity prices better.
All right.
However,
Dr. Suprin, let me ask you a couple of questions.
okay.
You're here at the request of my Democratic colleagues?
No, sir.
No, Dr. Suprin.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Dr. Suprin, on December 14, 2023, you tweeted in support of climate defiance. That's an entity that the Brookings Institute has called a radical climate change group. Is that correct?
I don't recall, I'm afraid.
Okay. Would this be the same climate defiance that I'm looking at your tweet, you tweeted in support of them. Would this be the same climate defiance that called Senator Joe Biden, quote, a sick fuck?
I don't know, but as I
Would this
mentioned
be
in my-
the same climate defiance that called Senator Lisa Murkowski a murderer?
I do not know. As I said in my statement...
Would this be the same climate defiance who told the CEO of Exxon to, quote, eat shit, Darren, close quote?
I'm not responsible for the statements of other
Nice
people.
group you're
and I also
hanging
do not know
around
the
with,
answer.
Doc. Here's what your tweet says, quote, we do, in support of climate defiance, we do not do online petitions. We do not do NGO coalition letters. We do not do fucking bus stop ads. We chase fossil fuel CEOs and the politicians who do their bidding, and we do not apologize, close quote. Did I read that correctly?
That is not my tweet, sir.
That is your tweet. I'm looking at
believe
it.
this is it.
Here's a copy right here. It's right off your website, Biggest Dallas. On
I'm almost
October
certain that that is not
31,
my tweet, sir.
2023, you said this on Twitter. Quote, climate justice was coined by our movements to locate it as a struggle against genocidal racial injustice, colonialism, and apartheid. If your climate justice doesn't stand with the Palestinians against colonialism and apartheid, then your climate justice has no justice in it, close quote. Did you say that?
I believe not.
Here it is, bigger than
may
Dallas.
I please see the document?
Yes, sir, and the witnesses' documents there.
May I please
And the
point out that
senators,
this form
the
of...
senator's time has expired, and there are other senators waiting.
I've got a bunch more tweets. Thank you for your objective advice,
I'm sure you
Doc.
do. You can put them into a question for the record, and
Yes,
they'll
I'd
have
like to submit all of the good doctors' objective tweets and scientific analysis for the record.
That
Thank
will
you.
be done without objection. Senator Merkley,
May I clarify one final point?
proceed.
These are not my tweets. These are retweets. It's an important
Oh, you
contradiction.
often retweet stuff you don't support? Is that what you're telling me, Doc?
I did not say that I don't support this. I simply did not tweet it, which, as you were
But you
alleging.
retweeted
I'd
them,
like
didn't
to
you?
make very clear that this
But
form
you
of character
retweeted them,
assassination
didn't
is
you?
characteristic of the propaganda techniques of fossil fuel
You
interests.
retweeted
Senator
it,
Merkley.
didn't you?
Thank you.
Are you going to call me a sick fuck?
It's Senator Merkley's time.
Mr. Chairman,
Okay, now that you've seen the full exchange, let's talk about it. Because Senator John Kennedy just gave a masterclass in cutting through political fog. First off, Senator Kennedy's questions to Dr. Cohen were textbook accountability. These weren't trick questions, they weren't opinion-based, they weren't partisan traps. These were, heavy check mark, did inflation rise? Heavy check mark, did electricity prices go up? Heavy check mark, did the administration's policies contribute to the problem? And the hesitation from Dr. Cohen spoke louder than any chart or statistic. When a witness cannot confirm publicly documented numbers every American can feel in their monthly bills, that's a problem. Senator Kennedy wasn't rude, wasn't shouting, wasn't grandstanding. Senator Kennedy was simply refusing to let highly paid experts dodge what ordinary people have to live with every single day. Senator Kennedy even presented direct comparisons. Under Trump, prices rose around 5%. Under Biden, 30%. Anyone watching can see the point, and the witness still tried to dance around it. Then came the second half of the hearing with Dr. Supran. This part honestly stunned me. Senator Kennedy didn't bring hearsay. Senator Kennedy didn't bring rumors. Senator Kennedy brought receipts, actual tweets and retweets tied to climate defiance, a group known for extreme rhetoric. And instead of addressing the content, Dr. Supran tried to dismiss it by saying, "Those are retweets." Let's be real, a retweet is an endorsement unless stated otherwise. You don't retweet something you think is irresponsible, vulgar, or false. Senator Kennedy knew that, and Senator Kennedy pushed exactly where the inconsistency was. Even when confronted with statements calling officials murderers, or worse, the witness tried to shift the conversation into victimhood, calling the scrutiny character assassination. But accountability is not character assassination. If you put something on your public timeline, especially as an expert testifying before Congress, you should be ready to explain it. Period. What we saw today was Senator John Kennedy doing what so many Americans wish more elected officials would do. Ask the question straight, refuse to accept vague non-answers, and expose inconsistencies without fear of backlash. This wasn't politics, this was oversight. And Senator Kennedy showed why oversight still matters. If you agree that Congress needs more of this kind of direct questioning, drop a comment below saying, "More accountability, less dodge." And as always, thank you for watching Congress Lens. I'm Audrey, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.